Hey, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This will be several readings. I'm going to do 3 different spreads here for obviously my air signs. So you can find the timestamp to your sign in the comments if you don't need the rules, but if you are new to tarot, you might want to stay, just so you know that not every reading that you come across is definitely going to resonate for you. So if you feel like I'm wrong, or this just isn't for you, go ahead and disregard it. You never want to try to make it fit. I'm going to pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. Those cards describe a specific personality, but don't really have anything to do with sex or gender of the person that we're describing. Some people say the energies are reversed, and if you feel like that, or if you're cross-watching and you feel like that, go ahead and take it that way. Okay. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more readings. I do offer private personals. That information's in the description of the video and in the pinned section of the comments, which is where you'll find the timestamp here. And I do also offer a membership, so if you want to check out some extra members-only readings, you can just click join. It'll show you everything going on over there. Alright, so let's kick it all off here with Aquarius. Okay, so we have the Magician, Virgo, Gemini as the main energy, the Star, Aquarius energy, the Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, Gemini energy, still have the deck upside down, the Hierophant, Taurus energy, the 9 of Wands, the 5 of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, the 8 of Swords. In the Oracle, we have crying over you, hurt, upset, sacred knife. Truth is my sacred knife. I cut away anything that is not in alignment with my values. As I sharpen truth, I become my highest ideal. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, and joy. Spread seeds of joy like a wildflower, and no doubt you will revel in the result. Excuse me. Some of you get tired of the same old thing. It's like, I don't know why the energy to me is like somebody needs something new and exciting. That's how it feels. And this is not like in a like horrible like, hey, you know, I don't like commit. I don't want, you know, I'm just out here having, and it's not something like that. It's like something is or was seriously lacking in something else, And it just seems like things continually don't move anywhere. It just ends up right back in the same position. Now, I think that for a lot of you, there is some love there, like it's like been something really long term. Like this is somebody that you've been loyal to for a long period of time. But the relationship, I think, is just, it's seen better days. It looks a little dinged up and bumped up these days. It's like there's been a lot of pain here. There's a lot of fighting and arguing. And everyone seems to remain stubborn. Everyone's just set in their own way here. But this is the challenge, And so you feel like nothing can be corrected here. And so the need for new is very relevant. It's like I need to be validated and feel like I exist again. Like deal with somebody on a level that's not just screaming and arguing all of the time or just these constant cold wars. It's just kind of given, that you're just, it seems like you're tired of not being happy. And you feel the best bet here is to cut it off with the sacred knife. Like, obviously someone's not happy with that though. So let's look into their energy. The Five of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the King of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, the Empress, Libra, Taurus energy. This person insists basically the same thing about you. You're both stubborn, but like you like to start some shit. You can never be wrong. And the relationship's unfair. So like I think even though, they're upset, they're also looking at this relationship like it really just isn't working out. And what needs to change is just dealing with it as a whole. So I think that there really is almost finally just an acceptance between two people that like they're just not meant to be. It just can't be, and yeah, it's clear as day, I think, this week that it's not worth making something work out anymore, and maybe that the other person feels that way too. So definitely just seeing the truth of everything here, which is maybe something should have ended quite a while back. We're both just so stubborn and stupid that we've gotten ourselves this far and this bad off, And it's not like it's easy for you either, I feel like, this person is just maybe overly emotional about it, and you're more like calm, cool, and collected. You just kind of see it for what it is now. Although the other person is accepting it too. Either way, it's all I'm saying is like maybe this week you're going to be able to see the truth about a situation and accept that you need to go elsewhere to be happy, period. Okay? Long story short. Okay, let's move into Libra. Okay, so we have kissing butt, cloud of release. I release my stress and worry like a cloud. It floats away, and all that's left is stillness. In that stillness, I'm held by a loving God. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon and resilience. Stay strong as evergreen trees. The overall energy is the Ten of Cups. We have the World, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus energy, the Chariot, Cancer energy, and the Ace of Swords. The Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Swords. Kind of interesting. I think somebody, excuse me, there's a different level of commitment happening here for somebody. Somebody could be getting engaged. Somebody could be agreeing to actually be in a relationship, you know, actually getting married, something like that here. It's like something really is moving forward. It's a huge change. But it's taken a lot to get to where you are. There's some type of honest conversation that needed to be had for things to really like get to a new space. It's like it feels like the truth about like one's true vulnerability with the person, and that was what the holdup was in the past, but that it's over with. I'm getting somebody, you know, buying a house together or getting married, or they're having, you know, a child, or like there's just something huge happening here. But it's because two people worked past their fears. So I feel like this is romantic, and, you know, there were definitely doubts about where this was going to go, but I think today this shit is stronger than ever, and that's really cool. For some of you, this conversation could be coming up this week, where everything clears the air and everybody can just kind of relax and trust each other and really get to this next step. For those of you, it's already happened, and it's assuring you here that, you know, both people really do have good intentions. You know, that things are, you know, both people feel exactly the same. There is no manipulation to it or any type of bullshit here, you know. So I feel like it's just confirming to someone. You know, I feel like there's maybe been some trust issues that the two of you had to work out. And confirmed, I think, that the conversation is clearing things up, or there will be one to clear things up fully. What's the advice with this? The Empress, Libra, Taurus energy, the Eight of Pentacles, the Fool. And the Wheel of Fortune is below that. We already had the World here. I think it's just saying everything's going to work out. I feel like somebody already, like, intuitively they feel this, they're just confirming with me, like, that this relationship is not, that it is in fact the real deal. Yeah, two people definitely same wave. So that was actually an actual love reading. You saw how that went? An actual love reading. Interesting. Okay, so let's move on to, where am I? Gemini. Alright, so we have always partying. Your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. The sacred temple. My body is a sacred temple. I care for my physical self with exercise, nourishing food, and deep rest. I treat my body like a treasured temple. Transform, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. And trust. The robin trusts her wings and not the branch she sits on. Overall energy, the Eight of Swords. I have the Eight of Wands, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, the Ace of Swords. The Eight of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Swords. Some of you are realizing there's someone in your life you have to get away from. Okay, you're like getting the nudges. This person is closely attributed to the reason as to why you're kind of like not progressing the way you could be. I feel like I'm talking to somebody young who has the friend who's not really like into studying, or, you know, they don't have to work, you know, or something like that. You know, they don't have to do like what you do, and they're a bad influence. It seems like they're literally always partying. But you're kind of getting sucked into this too here, and it's saying maybe you should treat your body like a temple. And this is not judgment. This is not like, hey, never drink or never, you know what I mean? Like, you can enjoy your life, but, you know, I feel like if it's affecting you in such a negative way that, you know, you're sitting here pondering whether you should cut someone or an activity off, you definitely should. And I don't feel like this is somebody who means any harm. You know, for some of you, this isn't even you. For some of you, it could be like someone in your life who really truly needs to cut off some of the people that they're surrounding themselves with. So, you know, if it's your child or your sibling or something, and their like school grades start dropping, and we're talking like college grades or something, you know, there could be, you know, they could just be around the wrong people. So it could be outside of you, but for a lot of you, this is you. Be practical. You know, there's a lot to lose. And I get that, you know, you think too that someone's genuine. They don't mean any harm. This is just who they are. They like to have fun. They like to go out. They're very extroverted. But I think for you, it's affecting you in a way where you feel like, you know, there needs to be a cutoff. I don't know how else to express that. Like, maybe I gotta just push this person out of my life because they're kind of a lot and they kind of always get me involved in things, you know. Now, again, for some of you, this could be a romantic thing too, where this person is outside of you. They're always partying. They're trying to have a good time. They, you know, it's like they're not growing up and you are. And that can be a huge issue, no matter the age, where it's like, I'm trying to do this with my life, but every day you're just doing this. You know, you just want to be out with these people and you just want to be partying and doing drugs. And, you know, like, obviously, like, you can't remain with that partner if that's not the wave you're on. It's not going to work for very long, and it just could be some shit like that. You need to trust yourself more and really, like, listen when your body's saying it needs rest, and when, like, you know, people are draining you. So this is really kind of calling somebody out and saying, you know, or saying, hey, you need to look out for somebody because they might need some, like, guidance or, like, I'm getting like almost like parenting. Maybe for some of you, like I said, it could be your kid where you're like, hey, what the hell's going on with you? But see, there's a person in their life who doesn't have anything to lose. Like, let's say that these are like two college kids. And, you know, one, like, got accepted on a scholarship. And, like, their family doesn't, you know, like, they're poor. They can't, you know, this is obviously U.S. standards. And they just can't come up with, like, the schooling. They had to get this scholarship. And if they dump this scholarship, it's over for them. versus the Queen of Pentacles, who's someone whose family comes from money. They already dropped out of college, 3 different colleges, and their parents just sent them to another one the next fall. And like money is not an issue for them, and they're not paying like their rent, you know, like their parents pay for these, and they don't have anything to lose if they don't complete something. You know, you really have to think about these things. It's the advice here. So I don't want to feel like I'm telling somebody what to do. But it kind of sounded like somebody needed somebody to mom them for a minute, like, hey, what the hell are you doing? The High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy, the Page of Wands, the World, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio energy. Yeah, some of you need to go hit the books just straight up, or go do what it is that you're supposed to be doing here. Some of you have something to lose here by hanging with the wrong person, and definitely somebody, you know, they're just not on your level. They're not trying to, you know, have some type of maturity. I feel like this person is just wild and free, and they live life like that, but like it could affect you very negatively. So definitely y'all know who I'm talking to here, because this would resonate hard, and it's kind of an interesting reading. So I feel like it's definitely for the younger folks or something like that, where it's like, hey, can you really look at your friend circle here and ask yourself, are these people even really your friends? And is this lifestyle affecting you negatively? There's with the Transform card and Death, which is Scorpio energy, by the way, like there's some change that needs to be made because you work too hard to not complete something. All right. I'll see you guys next week.